I'm Rodney Robinson. I work at Bridget Benford Education Center inside of Richmond Juvenile Detention Center in Richmond, Virginia. The title of my unit is Understanding the System, A History of Prison and the Juvenile Justice System in Virginia. The goal of my unit is to help students understand the system that they are a part of and to help develop alternative plans to keep students from making the same decisions that they made to end up in the system.
Hello, my name is Sean Means. I'm a part of Race, Class, and Punishment, a seminar led by James Forman. My unit was called The American Dream for members only. The basic idea of my unit is to look at the systems of oppression, whether it be educational, economic, or judicial, and the founding fathers that kind of like created those systems. I really want my students to question why things look the way they do in America, and how we are at the place where we're at today. So the unit is a social justice unit. It's going to push my students to advocate for themselves, for their communities, and so that they can create more opportunities for themselves down the line, whether it be in their pursuit of education on the secondary level, whether it be their pursuit of jobs, or when we're looking at our judicial systems and how they have such a high percentage of African American males within them and the crimes that they commit and the time they get. So that's my unit, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Vermillion. I'm a high school English teacher in San Jose, California, and I created a unit called Juvenile Justice in California. It focuses on rhetorical analysis of arguments and specifically nonfiction texts. I want my students to really understand the art of persuasion so that they can better understand the politics of our state and become more informed voters.
Hi, my name is Robert Schwartz. I am an English teacher in New Haven Public Schools. The unit that I developed in the seminar Race, Class, and Punishment is surrounding two modern seminal texts on mass incarceration, one being Locking Up Our Own by James Forman Jr., and the other the film 13th, a documentary by Ava DuVernay. Through it, I am hoping that my students will be able to take an objective look at an issue that in the past has been treated as a political issue, and really move toward the thinking that it's actually a moral issue that we face in this country. Controversial topic for sure, but it shouldn't be, and I hope that that's the conclusion that we come to, but I'm going to leave that up to my students through studies of these texts.
My name is Angela Brown, and I was in the seminar with James Forman on Race, Class, and Punishment. I wrote my unit on the rebirth, the death of Church Hill, a historic area in Richmond, Virginia, where I teach. Many of the streets and neighborhoods are run down, but due to a regentrification, things are starting to change, but not the mentality of the people. And that's what my unit concentrates on. How can we change the mentality of the people who were left behind? How can education better serve them? How can we make sure that the rich history of Church Hill doesn't die, but all the historians and all the people who made the city great are remembered?
My name is Mark Hartung, and after attending the Race, Class, and Punishment seminar, I wrote a unit called The Intersection of Crime and Immigration. I teach in San Jose, California, 8th grade social studies teacher, and I wanted my students to look at how race and class affected attitudes about immigration and how those attitudes have changed over the years as the United States history has evolved. How do we go from a country that places a plaque at the base of the Statue of Liberty welcoming the tired, the poor, and the huddled masses, to a country that tries to expel immigrants when they inconveniently and incorrectly try to take jobs, or the perception is they're trying to take jobs from American workers. Cycles of welcoming immigrants and resisting immigrants are prevalent in United States history, and I want my students to look at those controversies and see how that is a race and a class issue that needs to be identified, studied, and hopefully solutions found.
Hi, my name is Matt Menschner. I'm a social studies teacher in the School District of Philadelphia, and the title of my unit is from mass incarceration to reform, crime policy analysis nationally and in the city of brotherly love. And one of the main ideas behind my unit is getting students to think about crime and crime policy and why Philadelphia historically has been a city that's so tough on crime and how that can be contextualized in their own unique experiences in their lives.
My name is Sarah Minjoni, and I teach 6th grade language arts and social studies in San Jose, California. And my unit is titled Ancient Law Codes to School Discipline, Is It Justice for All? And in Race, Class, and Punishment, we talked about the school to prison pipeline. And I believe that in order to dismantle that at the local level for teachers, it's to get students involved in the discipline system. So I bridge the gap from ancient history and the justice system from the first civilization to our school discipline and having students involved in restorative justice practices.